Let's talk about sales that actually work, the kind that lands whales, not minnows. And here's the ugly truth nobody wants to say out loud. You don't land massive clients with gimmicks, cold templates, or that AI personalized outreach crap everyone's doing now. You land them with one thing: relationships. Yeah, I know, it's not sexy, but it's the core of every high-ticket deal I've ever seen closed, and not just surface level. Hey bro, how's the weather in Dallas? Kind of relationships. I'm talking real trust. Trust that comes from years of showing up, listening more than talking, and making the other person feel like you're in it with them, not at them. So when I say hire a veteran salesperson, I don't mean someone who's been sitting on inherited client lists or living off referrals for the past decade. I'm talking about boots on the ground killers, people who've spent 10 years walking into random businesses, getting rejected, learning the patterns, adapting in real time, and still somehow making best friends out of complete strangers over a 5-minute chat at the counter. Give me that person. Because that person knows how to build relationships that stick. Now let's talk about money, because that's where most deals live and die. Every client, no matter how polite they seem, is thinking the same thing. How much profit will I make if I say yes to you? And if your offer looks expensive, then your value better punch through like it's the best ROI they've ever seen. Let me put it this way. If you charge $20,000, you better be worth $200,000. Because in sales, perceived value crushes actual price. There's a reason McKinsey can charge 7 figures for a PowerPoint. It's not the deck. It's the belief that those guys know how to make things move. So how do you shift that perception in your own deals? You frame everything around outcomes. Example, look, you can pay $2,000 to someone cheaper, and I guarantee you'll get a $2,000 result. Or you pay me $10,000, and I'll get you $50,000 in return. Or I walk away. Make your pricing look like a no-brainer. Like saying no would be an act of financial sabotage. Now let's get into mindset and leadership. Especially if you're building a team. You have to obsess, not in a motivational poster way. I mean genuinely care about the outcome. And as a sales leader, you've got to stop being afraid to tell people when they suck. I've watched so many managers baby their reps because they don't want to kill morale. But guess what? Not telling someone they're underperforming is killing the team's morale way faster. Every no a rep gets should hurt. They should be thinking, that was $500 I just flushed down the drain. Hell, I've literally told someone, take out a $100 bill, now light it on fire. That's what you're doing every minute you're fumbling that pitch. Because in this game, every missed deal has a cost. Not just in dollars, but in time, reputation, and opportunity. But here's the final and most important piece. When someone finally says yes to you, that's the beginning, not the win. You deliver like your name depends on it, because it does. You make their success your personal obsession. You check in. You over-deliver. You build long-term value, because that's how you turn one deal into 5. That's how you go from being just another vendor to our go-to partner for life. To recap, hire relationship builders, not list readers. Make your pricing feel like a steal. Be obsessed. Call out weak sales when you see it. Burn metaphorical $100 bills in front of reps if that's what it takes. And when you close, go harder, not softer. That's how you land the whales. That's how you scale. Oh, and before I wrap this up, I gotta tell you one more thing. So here's the context. I had this client, someone I've known for over 10 years in sales. solid guy, or so I thought. He just started a small business, physical store, selling something physical. I won't say what, just to keep it private. I actually found out from an ex-colleague, so I called the dude up, just to congratulate him. That's it. I didn't need a gig. I wasn't fishing for anything. But then, mid-convo, he starts asking me online marketing questions. I end up giving him tips, 2 full hours of value, free of charge, just dropping knowledge. Then he goes, "Hey, could you do some content for me? Videos, ads, posts, that kind of stuff." I told him straight up, "I'm too busy with my own projects, and honestly, I don't think you've got the budget for what I'd normally charge." But of course, he keeps pushing, insisting. So I'm sitting there thinking, all right, I've already spent 3 hours on the phone. Might as well throw together a simple package. He only wanted 1 month of work. Cool. I ran the numbers in my head. Came out to about $6,000. But because I saw him as a longtime friend and colleague, I didn't quote him the full price. I said, "Look, $3K, 1 month of full focus, and I'll give you a whole year's worth of strategy that'll boost your sales 5 times over. Minimum." He goes, "Wow, that's expensive." And I'm like, "Dude, I told you not to ask me. That's the discount." Then I told him, "Bro, I gotta go. I've got a lot on my plate and I've already pushed back some stuff for this call." But he keeps trying to negotiate, so I had to lay it out. What I offered you is worth 6 or 7,000, and I broke it down for you. The 3K I gave you is a charity price. I want to see you win. I know once you make profits from this strategy, you'll be happy to pay me $10,000 every 2 weeks. And just to be clear, I wasn't saying that to close the deal. I genuinely believed it would work. Fast forward 24 hours. Boom. We signed. Contract in place. Now I'm in it, working non-stop, creating like a machine. In the end, I made 70 promo videos, 200 email templates, 200 social media posts, full marketing strategies, the whole playbook. I delivered 3 times more than I promised. Why? Because I was stupid. This man didn't apply any of it. Nothing. Zero. I was calling him at 3 and 4 in the morning, borderline begging him to just use what I built. I even set up a whole online platform for him, and then he turns around and asks, "Where are my profits?" That's when I knew it was over. 1 month after the contract ended, I had to cut him off. I gave him over $13,000 worth of value, maybe more if I do the math properly. And he sat on it like a brick. Here's the moral. Don't be stupid. You can build the best strategies in the world, but if someone refuses to apply them, it's pointless. I literally begged this guy to make a client list so I could start calling them myself and triple his sales. He didn't do it. Why? Too lazy. At that point, I wish he would have just set the money on fire instead of paying me. At least it would have kept him warm. If they're not applying what you give them, cut them off. Don't carry their failure like it's your fault. Sometimes the biggest obstacle in a marketing project is the person who hired you. You can have the best product in the world, but if you're working with someone who can't even fit the square block into the square hole, you're not the problem. It's a trap. When they do listen, magic happens.